obviously Married at First Sight, the amount of hate I got on that, for example, that has shaped me since that.
Welcome to People Behind Brands, the podcast uncovering the stories, struggles and successes of the entrepreneurs, creatives and innovators from all walks of life. I'm your host, Mark Tuxford, and in each episode I sit down with inspiring guests to explore life lessons from the world of business. These are real people with real stories. And remember, People Behind Brands is more than just a podcast. We also host live events and networking experiences to help you grow your brand through authentic face-to-face connections and powerful conversations. Visit peoplebehindbrands.com for more information. But enough of all that. Let's dive in for another life lesson from the world of business. Today's guest is someone who's no stranger to the spotlight, Luke Worley. You might recognise Luke from his appearance on Married at First Sight back in 2023, and more recently, Dating Naked. Luke opens up about his experiences on TV dating shows and the highs and lows that come with it. But beyond reality TV, Luke is carving out his own path as the founder of Tezlo, where he's committed to building a brand rooted in honesty and great service. But what makes Luke stand out isn't just his drive in a competitive industry, it's his dedication to staying true to himself and creating something that not only represents who he is, but also supports the people he cares about most. In this episode, we explore Luke's journey from TV screens to business ownership, how he approaches authenticity in business, and what loyalty really means to him both, personally and professionally. Luke, welcome to People Behind Brands. How are you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad. Same old, just working loads and going on TV again.
Good. Yeah, no, it's nice to have clothes on, mate. I've got to be honest.
It's nice to see myself with clothes on, to be fair.
So today we welcome Luke Worley. Some of you may know Luke, who shot to fame on Channel 4's Married at First Sight in 2023. Luke is still a recognised reality TV star and has recently joined the cast of new dating show on Paramount Plus, Dating Naked. Throughout the episode, we will dig deep on the person behind the screen and his experiences on the show he has been involved in. But away from TV, Luke also runs his own business named Tezlo, and after spending 15 years in the telecoms and IT world, helping businesses find the right fit solutions, he's now making it work for his customers with his business partner as trusted and friendly energy experts. So Luke, firstly, take us back into a bit of a deep dive into Married at First Sight, obviously a couple of years ago now. For those that might not be aware, Married at First Sight is exactly that, where you meet a stranger for the first time at the altar in search of love and ultimately getting to know each other over the course of the series with other couples along for the ride. So take us back to that time and how your journey unfolded on the show.
Yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago now, to be honest. And it's only been like a couple of years, but it seems so long ago. It feels like 10 years ago, to be honest. Like, it has gone around so quick. But like, if I think back, like, yeah, it is what it says on the tin. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I got approached by someone originally back in 2021, actually, for maths.
Yeah.
And I wasn't on until 2023, but I turned it down back then originally. I just wasn't ready for like marriage, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And then they asked me again, and I said no. They asked me again, and I said no. But in the meantime, then another show from the same channel asked me to go on that, what's called Language of Love.
Yep.
So I'd done that because that's a bit more fun. You go to a villa. Basically, the concept of that one was like you get chucked in a villa. You could only date someone who didn't speak the same language as you.
Yep.
So pretty much Love Island vibes, but you couldn't couple up with someone who spoke English, basically. So that was that was a wild one, to be fair. And then on the back of that, like maths come knocking again, and I was like, do you know what? Like I'm ready to settle down now and stuff. And yeah, I went ahead with it.
So what made you want to obviously join the show? Because it's not just like a normal dating situation, is it?
Yeah.
Like you are literally getting married. So what made you want to sort of apply for it in the first place?
You know what it is? I never really had it's easy to say I've never really had time to date, but I never really dated. Like I kind of didn't know how to date, if that makes sense. Like I kind of wanted to kind of just jump in. Like my idea of dating is like meeting someone, spending a bit of time with them, and happily ever after. Do you know what I mean? The middle bit for me is like I kind of couldn't be bothered with it, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And then I'd make excuses that I ain't really got time to date. I can't do this. I can't do that. So, like I think what really appealed to me about maths was more like you kind of chucked in the deep end.
Yeah.
And you're forced to get to know that person, like, and you kind of live in day to day with that person instead of having to go date in. And let's be honest, when we all date, like, it's natural to kind of try to be the best version of yourself during that time. So you don't really get to know the person until later on down the line when you start living with them, really. So what appealed to me about maths was like you get married. It's the first time you meet at the altar, and then you're living together. Like you go on your honeymoon and you live together, and you're kind of forced to kind of get to know that person and the true person they are, instead of getting to know the person that is showing you at the start of dating. And I think that's what put me off about normal dating, to be honest. It was like, you know what, you don't really know the person, so I'm wasting all this time dating, and after 3-4 months of dating someone, it don't tend to work out anyway. So that's what really appealed to me, to be honest, about Married at First Sight.
Yeah, so I mean, it's obviously quite a big experience anyway, but like, going on a normal date, you don't have the, it's just you two. So
Yeah.
how did you find, obviously the cameras being there in quite, private and emotional sort of times? Was it obviously probably a lot different to normal dating, but how did you find that process?
I would say the first couple of days, you're very aware of the cameras. Like you're very aware, like 'cause obviously it's quite an unnatural position to be in. Like there's all cameras in your face that you can't, and with Married at First Sight, there's no like fixed cameras. There are cameramen with physical cameras, so you can feel a presence there. But after a couple of days, like you kind of forget. If I'm honest, it becomes normal life, kind of really. But one thing about maths, you're not filmed 24/7.
Right.
So you only really filmed probably 10% of the time you're there.
Yeah.
So 90% of the time you don't, what the audience don't see, you get up to things, you go on dates behind the scenes, like you go out for meals, you go cinema, you can do what you kind of want, to a certain extent, as long as you get permission. It's just like the place like the honeymoon and stuff, you have got the cameras in your face 24/7 at the honeymoon and the big scenes, but you also have a schedule when you're shooting.
Yeah.
So like you'll be in the apartments all the time. You won't have no camera crew in there apart from in the morning when you're getting ready, and maybe if something big's happened that day, they'll come in so you can have a debrief with your partner on camera. So other than that, there's not much camera time really. So even though it's reality TV, like you do miss a lot of the actual pure reality.
Yeah.
The stuff that isn't kind of set up effectively, because all scenes are set up to a certain extent. It's not scripted. You're not told what to say or what to do, but you get told you have to be ready by 10:30, for example. You're filming with Jay or you're filming with Thomas, like in his room or their apartment or down in the community centre. So like it is very much like, although it's not scripted, the scenes, there's going to be a scene and going to be recorded at that point.
Yeah.
And that's why even though it's reality, it's not true reality, because obviously people then can put their A game on. Like when they're never being filmed, are they going to be their true self, or are they going to be the person they want to be represented like on the TV, but to the audience? Like that's
I was going to ask you about that, because I feel like watching you on the show, you was just your normal kind of authentic self, from what I understand. But there was a lot of people that, as you say, try and play up to the camera. So did you find that was also the case as well?
Yeah, and I think everyone to a certain extent, like even myself, like there's also going to be things that I wouldn't say. Do you know what I mean? Like there's things that I would say in my mates like my group chat of the boys, but I would never ever I'll purposely make sure I don't say that sort of thing on things. So I think no one is fully 100% genuine themselves. Do you know what I mean? Because there's certain things that you'd get cancelled for if you said on camera, and you make it apparent like you're definitely not going to say that sort of thing. But look, there's people go there for different reasons, and each to their own. Do you know what I mean? Whether you're there to find someone, whether you're there for an extra couple of followers or money or whatnot, it doesn't matter to me why people are there. I'm like, do you know what? Whatever your agenda is, it's your agenda, it's your journey. You can do it. But yeah, you did see like a contrast between people, and you see difference in people as well. Like when it's off camera, say you're out in London, like Camden, we went out for one night. Everyone, well, not everyone, a few people acted a bit different when they knew there was no cameras there. But then when they're on camera, they're all a bit more prim and proper, like which I get why. But yeah, look, it is reality TV, but is it true reality? I don't think any reality TV is reality.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. You can only sort of concentrate on yourself and portray your own journey, really, can't you? So
exactly.
So you quickly became a popular cast member in your relationship with Jay. And you obviously had your fair share of good and bad times on the show with her and without her. But despite getting on so well from the beginning with Jay, why do you think you and Jay didn't really go the distance off camera?
Yeah, do you know what? It's a strange one because like there's things that, of course, happen off camera, which when it comes to, for me, when it comes to relationships, there's things what I maybe didn't like what happened off camera, which I've never ever out anyone for that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's between two people. But I think one thing what I think is important to remember is it is a TV show, and you're there for 3 months. You're basically forced to build a connection with someone, whether they're your type or not or whatnot. Like, so I think ultimately, even though on the TV for the first half of Maths, we look like a great like match.
Yeah.
On hindsight, we wasn't each other's types.
Yeah.
We would get on as friends. Do you know what I mean? But because we're in that intense environment, you're in a bubble, so you're forced to build some sort of connection. And obviously, then you got people in your ear, like your producers, saying, "Oh, look, you're looking great. The audience is going to love you. Like, you look like you're madly in love." Like, do you know what I mean? So then you start believing the bubble, basically.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. And also, look, TV shows are edited in a way to portray a certain narrative, whether it's a good one, a bad one, or a medium one. Like, but I think ultimately, whatever you say and whatever you do is your own words and your own actions.
Yeah.
But ultimately, sometimes they can make it look better than what it is or look worse than what it is. And I think that's what happened with pretty much everyone on there, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and obviously you had a bit of an issue with a fellow cast member. I think it was Jordan, which meant you had to leave the show early. So from watching you on the show, I know you're a person who likes to wear your heart on your sleeve, and obviously having met you as well. So, but do you regret how that played out on camera, and subsequently meaning that your time on the show came to, an abrupt end, and that you had anticipated? So I know in previous interviews you've also mentioned that you've received death threats off the back of it as well. So how much of an impact has all of that, or especially that area, had on you?
Yeah, do you know what? Like, I don't regret anything. I'll be honest. I think, like, I don't regret anything I'd done or I said, because what I done is what I done, and what I said is what I said.
Yeah.
The only thing I do regret is maybe not kind of understanding how the TV worked.
Yeah.
I think I was manipulated in ways where I maybe not been manipulated if I wasn't in that environment, if that makes sense. Like that incident with Jordan, like Jordan is as much as like I feel sorry for him as much as me. Like, like he didn't know that was coming. I didn't know that was coming. It was all very much like put in place. Like, they didn't say go down there and get in a scrap with him, but it was all very much like in heightened, so that situation happened. It could have been prevented, and I believe they knew what they was doing afterwards. Like, there's only when I spoke to Jordan after the show had finished, he'd be like, I didn't know you was coming down here, but I was told he knew I was coming down there. So it was all very much like they wanted something to happen, but maybe not what happened. They didn't want to scrap, but they kind of could have prevented that sort of thing. But from the back of it, I'll be honest, look, I don't think I got much hate from that scene, to be honest. It was more, I got more hate because, like, Jay was the national treasure. Do you know what I mean? From that, and understandably, do you know what I mean? Like she had a great backstory where, like, she'd have a tough start to life and things like that, and obviously people are going to, like, give her the support that she deserves. And I think no matter how that relationship ended, I was always going to be the one that got the abuse. Do you know what I mean?
What you mean? Yeah.
I mean, like, even no one even knows why. Like, and we'll never even talk about why the relationship ended, because even though we didn't work out, I still feel a bit like a duty of care to kind of protect her in a way.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, what happened between us stays between us, and I would never chuck anyone under the bus. And I think that's what's important about, like, when you do TV. Just remember, it's TV. It's nothing more than that, really.
Yeah, and I think that says a lot about you. As a person that, despite anything that had gone on, your experiences, good or bad, on the show, you're being your true, authentic self, and still looking after people, years down the line, if you like. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when the show ended, how did your life change with people recognizing you and finding some fame after living a normal life prior to joining Maths?
Oh, it is wild. You get used to it after a while. like even now it's 2 years on and people still recognise. Either go to like a festival or go to like a nightclub or it's outside of my local town, then like you still get recognised and stuff. But for me, it's just like I like talking to people anyway. So
Yeah.
it's not like it doesn't. It's no different to me. I'm not one of these. I don't want to be an influencer. Like I get offered loads of stuff. Like I can promote things on my Instagram and get paid for it and stuff. It's not a bit of me. Do you know what I mean? I don't really enjoy doing that. And like I could have one follower or 140,000 followers. Like it doesn't really bother me in any way, really.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're younger, you're always chasing that blue tick, or you're like, oh my god, I'd love to be like this person. It's not what it is. Like people think you just get rich quick or you get all this exposure, but it's not. If I'm honest, there's just as many disadvantages than there are benefits.
Yeah. Yeah, I think going back to when I mentioned about you having sort of death threats and stuff like that, I mean, I guarantee that people haven't come up to you and been rude to you, but they
No, never.
they will on a keyboard, keyboard warrior.
Exactly.
So it just doesn't make sense, really, does it?
If anything, it's made me stronger as a person because nothing really offends me anymore. You
Yeah.
could say anything to me, and I genuinely would just laugh it off.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't, and I wouldn't just laugh it off because I want to pretend that it doesn't bother me, but it genuinely doesn't bother me. I get people still now,
Yeah.
like reply to comments and stuff, and I'm like, mate, give it a rest. There's no point. You're wasting your time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes I even laugh with them. Like I'm actually, sometimes I comment back and I have a laugh with them. Like, mate, you're literally wasting your time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to be. So when you consider your dating history and your experience on Maths, and obviously then going into the limelight itself, and now starring on Dating Naked, what made you want to sort of go back into that sort of realm, I suppose?
Yeah, do you know what Dating Naked is one of these ones. Like it was never, when I was initially asked, I knew one of the producers, one of the welfare producers was the same, and casting producers was the same for Maths. So I knew her. So the reason I kind of done Dating Naked is more for the vulnerability than anything. Like obviously I'd like to meet someone, like of course, but that wasn't the main reason I went on that.
Yeah.
I went that more because I wanted to learn more about myself than anything.
Yeah.
So instead of finding someone, that would be a bonus. If I could come out and find what I was missing of myself, I think that would be what I'd take from Dating Naked. And Dating Naked, like genuinely, is one of these shows where when people hear about it or people watch it, they're like, "Oh my god, this is crazy!" Like some people like hate it. Like, "Oh my god, how can you get naked?" Like, but actually, it's more about. It's not. Forget about the nakedness. It's about being vulnerable. It's about kind of saying, "You know what? You're going to see me in my every physical state, emotionally, physically. There's nothing more someone can see of me now."
Yeah.
And I think that's more powerful than anything. Like let's be honest, we're all when it comes to getting naked, we're all scared.
Yeah.
Like it is so like, but let's be honest, we was born naked.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I think when like being naked's been so sexualized, I think that's what's been damaging for it. Where Dating Naked UK, that kind of it takes that away from it. It's not sexual at all.
Yeah.
It's more, do you know what? It's not about can I date someone naked. It's about can I build a connection with someone beyond the physical state, because you've already seen it all. And let's be honest, when you go on a date with someone, like you want to rip their clothes off. Do you know what I mean? If they're already off, you're forced to get to know that person on a deeper level. And I think that's the great thing about Dating Naked.
Yeah, definitely. And for those that might not be aware of what Dating Naked actually is and where they can watch it and all that sort of stuff, perhaps you could just give us a little bit more kind of context to that, and obviously where you're currently at on the, because it's obviously being filmed at the moment. So where are you on that journey at the moment for the viewers that are listening today?
Yeah, so Dating Naked, the first 2 episodes landed on Paramount Plus on Friday the 29th of August, and there's 2 new episodes every week. And there's 10 episodes in total. So the concept of it is there's 5 women, 5 men go into a villa. They meet for the first time, totally naked, and they're naked the whole time they're there. You don't get dressed once. And you're basically forced to get to know someone beyond the clothes. And I think, it's a really, really good concept. And from someone looking in, they're like, "Oh my god, that's a bit weird." But like genuinely, like I even thought that before I went on it. I was like, "Do you know what am I getting myself into?" soon as I was there
But away
after a
from the
day, I'm like, do you know
TV,
what?
you are now
Actually,
fronting
it
your
is a
business
great
Tezlo. I
concept,
met you
and it does
originally at
really
the People
work.
Behind Brands Business Summit, where we got talking
Yeah,
about
well,
your drive
fair
and
play to you, 'cause
ambition.
it takes
But
a lot of balls
talk
to
to
be
us
part of
about the
that.
business today, the services,
You
and
enjoying
obviously
the
customers you
episode so
help to
far?
provide
Well,
solutions
whilst you're
for.
here, don't forget to
Yeah, of
subscribe
course.
for
Yeah, so
exclusive content
me and
and all
my
the
business
latest
partner Harry,
episodes.
he comes from an
You can
energy
also follow us
background,
on social
and I've
media.
worked
Just
in like the
search
telecoms
People
IT
Behind Brands.
industry for about 15 years. And what I kind of found was like working for these companies. Not only was I making them a lot of money, I was also like thinking, oh, I could do it better like this, or I could do it better like that, or I could give the customer this, give the customer that, and like it was. I've done that for years, and I was like, you know what, I need to make the jump because ultimately, like I just I want it to be easy. Obviously, we want to make money, but I'd rather the way we work as Tezlo is that we will make a small amount of profit on each individual service we provide.
Yeah.
So it forces us to give good service. So if someone brings their phone system to us, we make peanuts on it, really. But if we do a good job for a year, we know they're going to bring their IT support, they're going to bring their mobiles, they're going to bring their energy. And before you know it, 5 little bits of profit equals a okay amount of profit. And I think that's how all businesses should run. Obviously, look, you're chasing the money. I get that. But I think ultimately I want to look after the customer. I want to build a brand. Like for me, it isn't about starting a company. Like I want to build a brand, and I think that's our main goal.
Yeah.
We want to be like a name where you mentioned Tezlo, and other suppliers know who we are, and every business person who owns a company knows who we are, whether they're with us or not. Like, and I think ultimately we come up with a name sitting in a pub, to be honest, and it kind of worked, and it kind of fits in for our sort of our brand, what we kind of want to build. And yeah, ultimately it's about helping businesses more than kind of stitching them up. And I think especially the telecoms industry, you get so many like bad reviews, and like people give us a bad name. Do you know what I mean? There's some big companies out there who are not doing it right, and ultimately I thought, do you know what, if you can start small and grow big and build a brand that's known for helping businesses, I think ultimately even if we break even for the first 2 years, like on the third, fourth, fifth year, we're going to have an influx of customers coming in because they know we're looking after their friends, their family, or whoever's with us at the moment.
Yeah, and I think people buy from people they like, know, and trust. And I think you being on TV has helped that because people understand what you're like and literally looking at your personal life all the time when you think about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess it helps.
That's what sold. That's another reason that Dating Naked sold to me, because I'm thinking like if someone sees it, some people will put them off. They're like, I'd never work with someone like that, but they're not the clients I want. Do you know what I mean? I want clients who are fun and who understand life, and you can have a bit of banter with them on the phone. I don't want the clients who are like, oh, he's naked on TV. So for one, it flushes out the customers we don't want.
Yeah.
And for two, it also, if someone's willing to just bear all, you can't bear any more. That's as honest as you can get.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it just shows an honest side to me, where actually I think will help the business. I think, do you know what? Like, if he's got balls to do that, like, he ain't going to be hiding anything else. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to hide.
Exactly.
And I think, that's why I think that kind of comes in line with Dating Naked as well.
Yeah, no, it does. And, you know, we've spoken a little bit there about Tezlo itself, but in terms of your personal aspect, what would you say is your mission in life or your why?
So for me, do you know what it is? It's more about helping others. Like if I'm in a position that I can, like financially, where I can like not worry about helping others, I try and help others as much as I can now. But if I'm in a position where I can just help others, whether it's other businesses or like family and friends or even strangers, you know, like I think ultimately that's going to be the goal for me. That's where I get my most satisfaction, like seeing other people smile more than me. I'm the sort of person at Christmas, I don't want and receive gifts. I like giving gifts. I mean, I like seeing people opening presents.
Yeah.
And I think that comes like kind of like in line with like what my life goal is like being able to help others more than myself.
Yeah, I agree. So our podcast is founded upon honesty and how testing times have impacted our lives. So away from business, can you tell us about a challenging time in your life that made you who you are today?
Yeah, do you know what? I think there's been so many little things in my life that I think that have all added up. I've never had nothing what I would say is like, well, crazily like bad happen to me. But the little things, like obviously Married at First Sight, the amount of hate I got on that, for example, that has shaped me since that. And also that shaped my outlook on dating. So that means that it's changed like my outlook in most parts of my life. So that was a big moment. I think it isn't bad, but watching my like nan and granddad, like their marriage, like they had a really good marriage, and like my nan used to care for my granddad. That's something what sticks with me. Do you know what I mean? So that's something that I base my not just relationships on, but I also base like my life goals on. Like I just mentioned, I like helping people, and I see my nan, my granddad was disabled like most of his life, and I see my nan stick by him. Do you know what I mean? Help him as much as she could, and I think that's kind of what stuck by me. So they're probably the two big things what for me have kind of shaped me to believe my beliefs and set my morals in place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You've obviously mentioned a little bit there about your nan and granddad, but how much of an impact does running your own business, being on telly, have on your personal life with friends and family? Because obviously they've seen you from
Yeah,
a normal everyday life to what is now a TV sort of personality,
yeah.
running your own business. But all of those, when you think about it, how much of an impact does that have on those sort of friends and family or your loved ones?
Oh, of course it does. Like even the TV stuff, yeah, it has an impact. You know what I mean, especially like when you go on TV naked, of course that has an impact on them. Like that, like some of them are frown upon it, some of them are like, oh, whatever, just get on with it, sort of thing. None of them are obviously watching it, but it's when with the business stuff. Obviously, it takes a lot of your time. Like as you know, like as a business owner, like it takes a lot of your time up. So my personal life is very much quite close knit,
Yeah.
and like my business partner is one of my best friends anyway, so that works out well because when we're free, we know we're both free.
Mm.
Like normally just the weekends, to be honest. But I think the overall impact isn't too bad. Like people get it. That I kind of like living my own life,
Yeah.
and I've always been like that. Although I'm close with my friends and my family, like I could go a week or two without talking to them. Do you know what I mean? Like then I'll catch up with them again. So for me, I'm pretty independent when it comes to my personal life, but it does obviously take an impact when you haven't got like as much time as maybe what you used to when you was employed. But and it's more stressful. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. When you're running a business, it's more stressful. You've got more to do. Like you're always pretty much working. You're always on call. So yeah, the odd occasion when you have to walk out of a family function to take a phone call or something
Yeah.
is a bit annoying for people, but like they get it. And you have to work hard and make sacrifices to be successful. And I think they understand that, and yeah, they're supportive really.
Yeah, I know you just mentioned there about keeping your circle quite small.
Mm.
Do you think after certainly being on telly, you've maybe sort of learned to sort of just trust certain people? Do you find it hard to trust certain people? Because I imagine there's lots of people that want to be your mate once you've been
Yeah,
on telly because they want something from you. But
yeah,
how do you sort of see that?
yeah. No, 100% what you just said. Like, so some like you have to be more wary. You
Mm.
have to be more wary of people. You don't know what their intentions are. That's like people pop up you haven't spoke to in like 4 years, and like, oh, do you mind doing this? Do you mind
Yeah.
shouting this my business out? Do you mind doing it? I'm like, mate, I'm happy to help people, but don't take the piss. Do you know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I get it. You haven't messaged me in 4 years saying how I'm doing or whatever. You like rarely even say hello when you see me in the pubs.
Yeah.
Like, so you have to kind of be more wary. But ultimately, look, it's part and parcel of doing what I've done, and you kind of got to take it on the chin. Other people do have busy lives, so sometimes you can't think in that way. You can't think,
Yeah.
oh, they haven't tried in the last 3 years, because actually they could have had a really busy life, and that has just been the time. And all that me being on TV has been a reminder of them that I
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've been guilty of that. Like, I haven't spoken to someone in a couple of years, and then you see them post that they've been married or something, and you're like, oh bloody hell! Then you reach
Yeah.
out to them. So the big life events, whether it's TV or like marriage or having a kid or whatever, like it sometimes does give people that kind of push to kind of get in touch again. So I don't hold it against people, but you are wary of it, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and what do you think the future looks like for Luke Worley? Do you want to be doing more TV work, or is it more focused on building Tezlo for the future? What path do you see yourself taking further?
Yeah, so my main aim is the business is Tezlo, definitely. But look, I get offered opportunities all the time,
Yeah.
and if the right opportunity comes up and I think it's going to be a good experience, then I will do it. And I think that's the main thing for me. Like I don't really do TV other than for the experience.
Yeah.
Like the money isn't great. I'll
Yeah.
be honest. Like I don't need. I've had a little bit of exposure. I don't need any more exposure than what I've got.
Yeah.
Like I get offered things that I reject all the time. Like, but if the right opportunity come up, of course I'd listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not actively looking. I've never applied for a show in my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like if someone comes and asks, you'll find out a bit more about it. If you think it's going to be worth your while and it's going to give you something like some benefit to your life, then obviously you consider it. But for me, I'm 32 now, 33 next week. So yeah, I'm coming towards the end of the reality TV sort of world. I think 35 with the cut off, so I don't think you'd see me on TV again after Dating Naked,
Yeah.
to be honest. But if something does come up, like maybe Traitors or something, I'd
Yeah.
quite enjoy that. Or Big Brother, I'd enjoy Big Brother as well because that'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has to be an experience and be worth my while when it comes to like learning more about myself.
Yeah, definitely. So a little trivia before we end the episode where we talk about some of your most favourite things in a quick
Yeah.
fire round. So Luke, are we ready for a quick fire round?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so favourite food?
Or Italian, any Italian food.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Favourite band or artist from the world of music?
Oh, do you know what? I love all music. There's only a very minimal amount of music I don't love, but one artist what has come through recently, who I think she's brilliant, I think she's gonna be massive, is Sky Newman.
All right, okay.
I think she's wicked.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that on my Spotify later on. Favourite TV programme or film?
Oh, favorite TV program. I don't really watch TV, ironically, but film is probably going to be The Bucket List.
Yeah.
Or Step Brothers.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Favourite place in the world or holiday destination?
It's got to be Australia.
Yeah.
I was there for 4 weeks over Christmas to Scotland, and yeah, that was wicked.
Whereabouts in Australia did you go?
We went to Melbourne, then Sydney, then Perth.
Nice. Very nice indeed. Favourite famous person?
Favorite famous person. I love comedy, so I like people who are naturally funny. So I'd have to say someone I really enjoy watching. Probably Alison Hammond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's wicked. She's funny as hell.
Yeah. Biggest pet peeve?
People who are stuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Favourite household chore?
Oh God, I hate chores. I'll be honest. I'm the sort of guy that's washing up for 2 days. You know what I mean? Like, favorite household chore. I'll be honest. I hate them all. That's why I need a wife.
So, what do you think when you look in the mirror?
You know what? Look, we all have them days where you think, oh, do you know what? Look at the state of me. But then ultimately, I'm more these days. The last few years, I'm probably more proud when looking now.
Yeah. And how long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
Oh, less than half hour. I'll get up at I get up at 7:30. I'm out the house by 8. I'm showered, dressed, and out the house.
Yeah. And what inspires you on a daily basis?
Do you know what? Nothing. I wouldn't say nothing inspires me as like as a one thing.
Yeah.
I think just like I like people watching.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually, yeah.
And sometimes like this is so weird that what inspires me, but what really does inspire when you see different people in different walks of life, and like you kind of trying to put yourself in there in that walk of life, because I think everyone is pretty much equal, and like what inspires me is more to like just do better than the day before.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I've obviously, like I mentioned earlier, like trying to, if I can have that be that one step closer to helping other people, I think that's what kind of pushes me on every day.
Yeah. I feel like you're a type of guy that is always 100% yourself, so you just get on with anyone. Is that the case?
Yeah, I'll get on with everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fully get. I could talk to anyone. Like I'm down the pub, I'll talk to anyone. Don't get me wrong. If I'm knackered or tired, I might be
Yeah.
I might be a bit unsociable. But if I've had enough sleep, yeah, I'll talk to everyone.
Yeah. When did you last cry?
Oh, good question. It probably, if honest, I don't actually remember, to be honest, but it probably would have been. I normally cry when it's something really happy, like happy tears. So like, see, it's probably like a video I watched on TikTok or something. Do you know what I mean? Like where someone, like, I don't know, something's happened, like they've beat cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
Really, that gets to me. Like when someone's really, really happy and they've overcome something massive.
Yeah.
That normally gets my tears jerking. To be fair.
Yeah. Best piece of advice you've ever been given?
So the best piece of advice I've ever been given. Do you know what the best bit of advice, like, and it's something I gave myself, it's a realization that I had, and it says advice I give to everyone now. It's all about confidence. So people think confidence is about loving yourself.
Yeah.
But confidence is really about not giving a shit what other people think of you.
Yeah.
And I think that's great advice, because then people won't care. Like, let's be honest, if you're the last person on planet, you'd go out, you'd leave the house without doing your hair or without even having a
Yeah.
shower. Do you know what I mean? So we're built to always try to impress other people more than ourselves. And I think if you just forget about other people exist, then we'll all be happier.
Yeah. So one of the last questions is, I know you've had many dinner parties on Married at First Sight,
Yeah,
good and bad, but 3 guests you would invite to a dinner party and why?
that's a good question. So probably, what, dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Yeah.
I'd probably have my granddad.
Yeah.
I'd have Donald Trump, will be quite a laugh,
Yeah.
and Alison Hammond. It's got to be.
That's quite a dinner party. That is, yeah. And finally, other than authenticity, what makes a good person behind their brand?
I think support is huge. Like, you can be as authentic as you can be, but I think support is massive. Like, a brand isn't just about what you're doing, like, as a brand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think if you can support other people, like, I think that is so important for a brand. Like, and it's important for everyone involved in that brand as well. Like, if you're just looking out for yourself, yeah, cool, you can build a brand, but what is the brand without other people? Do you know what I'm saying? And I think being supportive, I think, is probably one of the most important things. What people actually overlook, they're more worried about what their accounts look like more than other people. It's more of a competition. But actually, I'd happily help another telecoms company or energy company if they come knocking. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I know in the future, even if the shit hits the fan with us, we've got someone to rely on as well. And I think, especially with the industries I'm in, that is very much competitive, but actually the competition shouldn't really be there. We should be working together. And I think support is massive for a brand.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Look, Luke, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, mate. I really enjoyed the episode today, and obviously following your journey on Maths and now Dating Naked, and hope to see you again, obviously on other shows in the future, but also looking to see where Tezlo grow in the future and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a real pleasure. So thanks for coming on.
Brilliant. Cheers, thank you, mate.
Perhaps you'd like to tell everyone where our listeners can find you and how they can benefit from Tezlo's service too in the episode.
Yep. So you can find Tezlo at www.tezlo.co.uk, and that's Tezlo. You can find me over on Instagram. That's Luke Worley 1. And yeah, you can find all my other links on my Instagram. So if you want to message Tezlo, obviously we do telecoms, we do energy, we do broadband, we do mobile, IT support. We pretty much do anything that a business would need. So if you need any help, just give us a shout.
So that's it for this episode of People Behind Brands, and thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe for exclusive content and all the latest updates and episodes. You can also follow us on social media. Just search People Behind Brands to join in the conversation. Head over to peoplebehindbrands.com to stay in the loop for all of our latest live events coming up and spread the word amongst your community. Join us next time for a brand new guest as we explore more life lessons from the world of business. We'll see you soon. People Behind Brands. Life lessons from the world of business.